Okay, for radicals, you are already familiar with square root. So square root is a radical. So for example, we have 5 times 5. Ibayin natin yung ano. Let's try this. 5 times 5, the result is 25. So we could say that the square root of 25 is 5 because, paano yan? Lagyan po na natin dito ng 5 squared. The square root of 25 is 5 because 5 is one of the two equal factors of 25. Okay? Parang cube root din. For example, 3 cube is equal to 27. Ayan. Because 3 is one of the three equal factors of 27. So that's 3 times 3 times 3. Tama ba? 9 times 3 is 27. So, ganun. So, what do you mean by the nth root of a number? So, this is the square root and this is the cube root. Okay? So, if we let a and b be real numbers and n is greater than or equal to 2, be a positive integer. So, again, we define n as a number or a positive integer that is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so di pwede yung 1 at saka yung 0. So, if we have a equal to b raised to n, then b is an nth root of a. Okay? If n is equal to 2, the root is a square root. If n is equal to 3, the root is a cube root. Okay, so that's square root, cube root, fourth root, fifth root, sixth root, and any root. Anyway, so that's the definition of the nth root. Okay, sunod, we have, let me retrieve this one. Sorry, we have what we call the principal nth root of a number. Ayan. The principal nth root of a number. Let a be a real number that has one nth root. The principal nth root of the nth root that has the same sign as a is denoted by a radical symbol, this. So that means nth root of a. It is read like that. Nth root of a or principal nth root. Okay? For example, this is 5. So that would be fifth root of a or principal fifth root. So the positive integer n is the index. So ito siya, tawag nito is the index of the radical. So this whole term, we call this as a radical. Basta may mag-exist ito siyang sign, that's a radical. So itong buo, that's a radical, and n is the index. Now a, ito, a is the radicand. Okay? Radical, index, radicand. But it doesn't matter as kailangan yung properties ang alam. Okay? So, if n is equal to 2, omit the index and write eto lang. So, kung square root siya, you don't need to write 2 here because that is considered or that is understood as square root. Yun lang naman. So, again, this is a radical, the radicand, the index. Okay. Example. Example na ba? Example na tayo. Eto. I don't think na may challenge din to. I think medyo madali lang to para sa inyo. Hindi kayo pagpapawisan. You are at the comforts of your beautiful homes. So, let's evaluate this radical. So, let's start with square root of 36. How do we evaluate this? So, pretend lang tayong, wala tayong calculator. So, how do we evaluate this? Okay, ganito na lang. Pwede nating kunin yung mga root. Factors. So, what are the factors of 36? 36 is pwede siyang 2 times 18. Tama ba? 18 plus 18 is it 36? 36 nga. So, sorry. Ayan. So, paano na yan? So, 36, its factors are ito. So, 2 times 18, factor ng 18 is 2 times 9. Tama ba? And factor ng 9 is 3 times 3. So, meaning, ang factor ng 36 is 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. Diba? So, pwede kong isulat dito. This is 3 times 3 times 2 times 2. Okay? So, that is equal to the square root of 3 squared times 2 squared. Which is by properties of exponent, pwede natin siya i-combine kasi pwede natin, the same yung exponent niya, pwede natin ilabas kahit magkaiba yung base. Pwedeng lumabas. So, sorry. So, that would be 3 times 2. Ilabas natin yung square. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So, that would be square root of 6 squared. So, since square root of 6 squared, pareho din naman to sila, could cancel that out. Pwede na siyang lumabas. Square root of 6 squared is just 6. So, the answer is 6. So, ganun din naman. Anyway, alam niyo naman na ang square root ng 36 is 6, diba? How about this? Yung square lang yung 36. So, labas yung negative. So, this is just negative square root of 36 or negative 6. Okay? How about dito? Eto, this one is cube root na. Okay, ayusin natin. This one is already cube root. Okay? So, what are the factors of 25? 25 is 5 times 5 times 5. Tama ba? 5 times 5 is 25 times 5, 125. So, I could rewrite this as the cube root of 5 cubed over, how about 64? 4 times 4 is 16. Tama ba? Scratch tayo. 4 times 4, or pwedeng ganito. 64 is 2 times 32. Tama ba? Or how about in terms of 4 na lang? 64 is 4 times 16. Correct? Tama, di ba? And 16 is 4 times 4. So, 64 is 4 cubed. 4 times 4 times 4. So, 4 cubed. Or we could rewrite this as 5 over 4. Ilabas na lang natin yung 3 kasi pareho din naman. Properties of exponent pa rin. So, eto siya, cube root at raised to cube, or raised to 3. That is reciprocal of each other lang. So, ma-cancel out lang siya. So, that's 5 over 4. Pwede nang lumabas. Si 5 over 4. Okay? Okay. Okay. So, how about this? Letter D, fifth root. Sa letter D, that's fifth root. So, the index is odd. Tapos negative nasa loob. Is it possible? So, let us check na lang. Ito na gamitin natin, ha? Let us check the factors of negative 32. So, the factors of negative 32, how about if I write here na lang negative 1, no? Pwedeng isolate natin negative 1. Sige. Hawag. How about negative 2 times 16? Okay. And 16 is 4 times 4. And 4 times 4 is 2 times 2. This is also 2 times 2. So that is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So, 2 raised to 5. Pero may negative tayo dito. Okay. Remember na this becomes positive 4. Okay? And pwede din naman ang positive 4 galing sa negative 2 times negative 2, di ba? The result is 4. Pwede din siya dito, negative 2 times negative 2. The result is still positive 4. So, pwede ulit natin mabalik dito sa negative 32. So, therefore, That's negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. So that's negative 2 raised to 5. So therefore, pwede na siyang lumabas. Okay? Napakadali. How about this one? So para dito, even kasi yung index niya. So this is not a real number because you cannot generate negative negative square root, 'di ba? Oh, square root of a negative number, 'di ba? Tingnan natin. Negative 81 is 9 times 9, right? So 9 times negative 9, 'di ba? So this is 3 times 3. Pwedeng negative 3 times 3. So 3 times negative 3. Okay? So laging may maiiwan na negative na isa, 'di ba? Ito, may perfect root to siya. Ito, di siya pwedeng ma-square root. What I mean is this, ganito. We could rewrite this as square root of, ito, you look at this. That's square root of 9 times square root of negative 9. And this cannot be because you cannot extract the square root of a negative number. That's complex. Diba? Imaginary yung lalabas. So therefore, no solution to siya. Ito. Cannot be. So isulat ko na lang dito. Cannot be. Okay. Ayan. By the way, it happens if negative yung ano natin, yung radicand, tapos even yung index. So di pwede. Ito okay lang kasi add naman siya. Add yung radicand. So okay lang add yung index. So okay lang maging negative yung radicand. Okay. So pag magkaanak kayo, pangalanan nyo na radicand. Or pet dog ninyo, pangalan radicand. O hintayin nyo lang calculus. Pangalanan nyo ng limits. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try this. Paste. Ito property. So I need to, generalizations. We need to be familiar with this. Again, no need to memorize, but sa palit-ulit na practice, you can be familiar with this. Pwede na siyang di memorize, basta alam how to use. So, if we have a greater than 0, meaning that's any positive number, and a is even, and n is even. So, ang roots of a are the same. Meaning, the nth root of a is the same as the negative nth root of a. No. Mali yung pagkaka-interpret. So, the nth root of a and the negative nth root of a. Okay? So, pwede siyang ma-extract. So, for example, this one, if this is for even, the fourth root of 81 is 3, and the negative fourth root of 81 is, of course, negative 3. Simply, what we are showing here are di pala to property. These are just generalization na, tawag nito. These are the possible outcomes of what is observed. So, for a greater than 0 and a less than 0, okay, and n is odd, meaning for negative, for positive na a and for negative na a, and a is odd. N is odd. So, the nth root of a is possible. Ayan. The nth root of a is possible. Okay? So, meaning, kanina, same sa dito. The radicand could be negative if the index is odd. So, the radicand could be negative if the index is odd. Okay? So, eto din naman, if the radicand is negative and n is even, di siya pwede. Cannot be. Eto na siya. Cannot be siya. Okay? And ito naman, if the radicand is 0 and n is even or odd, the result is still 0. Or the nth root of 0 is still 0. Okay? So, pwede nyo siyang tandaan. Or, pwede naman, upon solving some problems, encounter that, you just apply. No need to memorize. Okay, so let's proceed to the properties of radicals. So the properties of radicals, it is just similar to the properties of exponents because actually radicals are also exponents. No? Radicals are actually fractional exponents. So tingnan natin dito. Natatakpan. So let A and B be real numbers, variables or algebraic expressions such that the indicated roots are real numbers and let m and n be positive integers. Okay? Eto, at least dito may example na. Okay. The first property is this. The nth root of a raised to m is equal to the nth root of a raised to m. Okay? So that's one property. So pwede ito siya ilabas na lang. Pwedeng lumabas. Okay? Parang associative property din, no? Okay? Pwedeng a raised to m, take the nth root of that. Or pwedeng nth root of a lang, bago mo i-raise to m. So, ito yung example niya. Pwede siyang cube root of 8 squared. The same siya kung cube root of 8 squared. The answer is still 4. Okay? So, paano natin pwedeng illustrate yan? Actually, yung nth root of a is the same as a raised to 1 over n. Okay? Yung fractional na exponent, yung kanina kasi integer yun, di ba? Di yun fraction. Pero if fraction yung exponent actually indicates the root. Okay? So this is actually the same. Dami ko ng actually. This is the same as n. Ito siya. Raised to m. The same to siya as a raised to m raised to n. M over n. Diba? Sorry. N root of a raised to m is the same as a raised to m raised to 1 over n. Okay? Kasi root siya, so that's 1 over n. Nth root, so 1 over n. Then properties of exponents, you multiply this. So a raised to m over n. Okay? So, pag ganito siya, pwede mo din isulat as a raised to 1 over n raised to m. Pwedeng ilabas din si m naman. So, eto siya, similar na siya dito. Yung m na yung lumabas. Pwedeng lumabas. Okay? Okay, that's the first property. So, the second property, ito. The second property, if the same ang kanyang index, kahit magkaiba ng radicand, pwede siyang i-combine. Pwedeng pumasok. Okay? So, example, the square root of 5 times square root of 7 is the same as the square root of 5 times 7 or the square root of 35. Okay? Illustrate natin ulit. The same pa rin if a raised to 1 over n is the nth root of a. Okay? Parang ganun pa rin. So, ito siya, we could rewrite this as a raised to 1 over n and b raised to 1 over n. And since parang yung exponent niya, pwede natin ilabas, pwedeng lumabas. So, ab 1 over n. So, that is nth root of ab. Ayan. Nth root of ab. Okay? So, sa third property, ganun pa rin. The same naman siya. Parang imagine nyo na lang to as exponent. Yung root is also exponent. Okay? So, pwede siyang ilabas na lang. Ayan. So, this is the same as a raised to 1 over n over b raised to 1 over n. Pareho sila. Ilabas mo na lang yan. So, a over b raised to 1 over n, which is equal to the nth root of 1. Oh, sorry, this should be a over b. Ayan, so ito na yan. As long as b is not equal to 0, okay? Because dito, di siya pwedeng ma-0 kasi that's indeterminate, that's undefined. Okay, how about this? The mth root of nth root of a is equal to the m times nth root of a. Again, kung i-relate natin sa exponential function, this would be, eto muna. That would be a raised to 1 over n raised to 1 over m, which is equal to a raised to 1 over m n, which is m nth root of a. Ayan. The same. So, how about here? The nth root of a raised to n, the quantity of the nth root of a raised to n is equal to a. So, I think that's easy to illustrate because this is a, this is a raised to 1 over n raised to n, so that becomes a raised to n over n, which is equal to a raised to 1, which is equal to a. That one. Very easy. Now for this, we have nth root of a raised to n. That is actually absolute value of a. Okay, tandaan nyo yan. The nth root, kung pareho siya dito, ang index, pag even, the answer is absolute value of a. So meaning positive siya. Pero, kung odd siya, then is whatever is a, yun yung answer. Okay, for example, ito. So, the square root to. The square root of negative 12 squared is equal to absolute value of the radicand, which is, of the base, which is negative 12. So, the absolute value of 12 is also 12. Okay? And how about this? Cube root raised to 3. So, pareho sila pero it's odd. Okay? So, what's the value, whatever is the value of this, yun yung answer. That's still negative 12. Ganon. Okay? So, let's look for some illustrative problems. Wait. Eto. Let's use the properties of radicals to solve these problems. Paste. Wait. Eto. Okay, this is now problem number. I skipped the space. Pero sige lang. I think you'll understand. Problem number 17 pa lang. So, problem 17. Using properties of radicals, use the properties of radicals to simplify each expression. Medyo madali lang naman, no? I think, pwede din natin apply yung sa exponents, no? Pwedeng radicals, pwedeng exponent. Okay. Sige na lang. So, I would answer it this way. For letter A, that's square root of 8. Ganito. Times square root of 2. So, again, pareho silang square root, the same index. Multiply na lang yung base. So, that's square root of 8 times 2, which is square root of 16, which is square root of 4 squared. So, that's equal to absolute value of 4. Diba? Remember, even. So, that's absolute value of 4. The answer is 4. Okay? How about letter B? Or pwede din ganito yung pag-answer natin dito. Can answer it this way. Ibahin natin yung color. Eto. Yung 8, that is 4 times 2, diba? Square root of 4 times 2. Okay? And 4 is actually 2 squared. Okay? 2 squared times 2 times square root of 2. Okay? What will happen here? Eto siya kasi we are taking the square root of 2 squared. Pwede siyang lumabas. So, what is the absolute value of the square root? The absolute value of 2 is still 2. Or the square root of 2 squared is 2. So, pwede siyang lumabas. Pwedeng lumabas. That's 2. Tapos, naiwan sa radical yung isa pang 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2. Ayan. Diba? So, that would be 2 times, eto siya, i-combine na lang natin to kasi the same radical. I mean, the same index. Sorry. So, that would be, may sumilip. That would be square root of 2 times 2, which is 2 times square root of 2 squared, which is 2 times the absolute value of 2, which is 2. The square root of this, the square root of 2 squared is absolute value of 2, which is also 2. The result is still 4. So you can approach it like that. Okay? Medyo, it's useful but medyo mahaba yung solution. So let's try letter B. Cube root of 5 cube. Ay, ganun pa rin. Remember, add. So that's nth root of a raised to n. The answer is A, this property. Ayan o. Nth root of a raised to n is equal to A. Remember na ang n dito, pwedeng ilabas, pwedeng lumabas. Ayan o. Okay? So the answer is just, ano yung A natin? Radicand. That's 5. So the answer is just 5. Very easy. How about letter C? For letter C, that's cube root of x cubed. Of course, the answer is x. Diba? Ang radicand natin is x. Yeah, even man. So this answer is just x. Property number 6. Okay. How about letter D? Saan natin? Letter D, dito na lang. The 6th root of y raised to 6. Oy. So, even. So, ano yung dapat answer? That's absolute value of the radicand. Absolute value of y. You don't know what the value of y is, so let's leave it at that. Absolute value of y. Okay? By the way, parang pagod na yata ako, no? Pangit na yung penmanship ko. Ayusin natin. The 6th root of y raised to 6. Ayan, medyo okay na. Question? Walang question kasi ako lang kausap ko. Monologue. So, let's look for another problem. Problem number 8. Wait lang po. Lagyan natin division para makatipid ng space. Problem number 18 na yata. Problem number 18. So, eto. Okay, let's try this one. Simplifying even roots. Uy. Problem number, tama na ba yung ano ko? 18 lagi. Problem number 18. Let us simplify these roots. Okay, how do we approach this? Mag-factoring na lang tayo. 48. What are the factors of 48? That would be 2 times 24. Tama ba? 2 times 24. So, ang 2 times 24 could be factored further as 2 times 12. And 12 could be factored as 4, or sige, 3 times 4. And 4 is factored as 2 times 2. So, the factors of 48, of 48, I mean, is 2 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 2. Or 4 na 2 at isang 3. So, therefore, I could rewrite this as the fourth root of, ayusin natin, the fourth root of 2 raised to 4 times 3. Okay? Then, eto, even. So, eto siya is actually equal to absolute value of the radicand 2. Absolute value of 2 is still 2. At naiwan si square root of, si 3 sa fourth root, not square root. So, sa fourth root, 3. So, this would be our answer. Napakadali. Tama ba? Okay, that's our answer. 2 times fourth root of 3. Okay, how about this? Letter B. For letter B, let us look at 75. So, the factor of 75, that would be, 75 is divisible by 5, di ba? So, 75 divisible by 5. By the way, how do we divide number by 5? We just take the double of 75, right? The double of 75 is 150. Move the decimal place, that's 15. Tama ba? Di ba? So, 15 times 5 is 75. Correct? 15, 15, 15, 30, 60, 75. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. And 15 is 5 times 3. Okay. So, the factor of 75 is 5 times 5 times 3. Okay. 5 times 5 times 3. So, 5 times 5 times 3, that would be 5 times 5, 5 squared times 3 times x squared. Oh, how about x squared? For x squared naman, that is x times x squared, right? X times x squared. So I could rewrite this as x squared times x. So therefore, remember, the radicand, oh no, sorry, the index is even. So even, absolute value of this. Even, absolute value of this. Ito siya at ito siya, pwedeng lumabas. Inayos ang law ng classroom. So that would be 5x. Yung naiwan sa square root is yung 3 tsaka yung x na isa. 3x. So that's your answer. 5x times 3x. Very easy. Next, number, letter C. For letter C, ayun. So for letter C, medyo madali lang naman kasi yung entire 5x, yun yung ni-raise to 4. So we have the same index and exponent, and both are and these are even. So therefore, the absolute value of 5x ang answer natin. The absolute value of the radicand. So the answer is absolute value of 5x. Yun lang. Napakadali. Di ba? Walang challenge. Okay, another one. Problem 19. Okay, 19. Let's try this problem. How about if we need to simplify mga odd roots naman? Kanina even. So this time, mag-add naman tayo. Odd. Not add. Odd. Ayan. Simplifying odd roots. So problem number 9. Tama ba? 19 nga. 19. So eto. So mga odd roots naman. So let's start with letter A. For letter A, that's cube root of 24. So again, para medyo madali, we'll start with the factors of 24. Okay? So what are the factors of 24? So that's 2 and 12. Okay? How about the factors of 12? That's 2 and 6. And the factors of 6 is 2 and 3. So you have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Or 2 cube times 3. Okay? So you have square root of, pagod yung pencil. Cube root of 2 cube times 3. Okay? So, eto, pwede na siyang lumabas. Pero, add naman siya. So, whatever is the value of the radicand, yun na lang pwedeng labas. That is 2. So, 2, tapos, naiwan si 3 sa loob ng cube root. So, that's cube root of 3. And that's our answer. Very easy. Walang challenge. Okay, next. Letter B. How about this? The cube root of 24a raised to 4. So, from what we have solved previously, the cube root, 24 is 2 cubed times 3. And ang a raised to 4 is a cubed times a, right? That's a raised to 4. So, times a cubed times a. Wait, what is happening to my pencil? So, eto siya, pwedeng lumabas. Add kasi ito. So, eto yung sagot. Labas si 2. Eto, pwede na rin lumabas. So, ilabas natin si A. Yung naiwan sa loob is si 3 tsaka si A. Ito yung naiwan. Hindi sila pwedeng lumabas. Kawawa naman. So, that's it. Okay? Continuing for letter C. Or let's answer letter C. So, cube root of negative 40 x raised to 6. Okay, again, let's look at negative 40. What are the factors of negative 40? Okay, that would be 2 times, lagay natin negative na dito, 2 times 20. And 20 is 2 times 10. And 10 is 2 times, 2 times 5. Okay, so we have negative 2. Ulitin natin na. I'm so sorry. So, eto lang gamitin natin. So, negative 40 is, ano yan? Negative 2 times 10. Sorry, negative 2 times 20. 20 is 2 times 10. 10 is 2 times 5. Okay. Remember that 2 times 2 is positive 4. Ngunit subalit tatapwat. Negative 2 times negative 2 is still positive 4. So, meaning pwede kong ilagay dito na negative 2, negative 2. Diba? Diba? So, pwedeng ganito na lang. Alisin na lang natin yung 10 dito. So, diretso na lang siya ganun. Mag-branch out. Okay? Pwedeng ganun. Or tanggalin natin yung 20. Baka it won't make sense din sa inyo. So, diretso lang tayo dito. Branch out. Okay? Anyway, ayan. So, negative 40 is 2 times 2 times 2, which is negative 8 times 5, which is negative 40. Ayan. So, that is actually equal to the cube root of negative 2 cube times 5. Okay. This is about x raised to 6. So, for x raised to 6, ganito, x raised to 6, this is, this could be rewritten as x squared raised to 3, right? X raised to 6 is also the same as x squared cube. Diba? Because if you multiply 2 and 3, the result is 6. So, pwedeng yung gamitin natin dito, x squared cube. Okay? So, eto siya, pwede nang lumabas. Eto siya, pwede nang lumabas. So, therefore, again, this is odd, so no need to get the absolute value. You just copy what is the radicand. So, pwedeng lumabas yung negative 2 and pwedeng lumabas si x squared. Ilabas si x squared. And yung naiwan sa cube root, ang naiwan sa cube root is yung 5 at wala nang iba. And that's it. So, this is now our answer. It's recording. This is now our answer. Negative 2x squared times the cube root of 5. Ganun siya kadali.